the SOPL, which I think the descriptor itself, that acronym, SOPL, describes exactly what's so important to today's incident management teams. That strategic operational planner, it means a lot, and it means a lot to a lot of people. For an IMT, it means that somebody's going to take the big picture and plan for it, hopefully, if this fire goes for a long time. Plan for it to be an expected event for folks, a tolerable event for folks, and a well-planned, well-responding event when the first team, the second team, maybe even the type 3 local organization go away. Somebody will know what to do, and somebody could have planned that a long time ago so that people aren't trying to do daily duties at the same time trying to prepare for duties that would maybe see folks 30, 60, 90 days out. As the incident commander, I expect my ops chief, just as when I used to be an ops chief, and my plans chief, and all their subordinates, if you want to put it in there, all those division soups and those SIT unit leaders and those fire behavior analysts, I expect you guys to have the pulse of the day by every minute and taking care of your folks. But we also have to plan way out there. We've got to get out there ahead of this thing, because that's where we usually wear ourselves down. And that's where we really take a kicking in the rear, is when we are not prepared for day 5, day 9, day 14. And in turn, I have to truly throw out, if you want to talk leader's intent, my intention, folks, is to walk away with a how-to user's guide for this group of people that asked us to come in to help. And the one person, and I can show you some tools we have, that's by 7 days from assignment here, we will have a product. We have a product. It's an ever-moving, ever-flexing, very living document. But this document will help guide us, and then the next group and the next group into that. But you've got to allow somebody to help you as well. And that, again, that's working up here with somebody. That's trying to get people to not just depend on themselves, and to allow one more person to come into that fold and say, hey, I think I can help here. This is that group of people grinding together. This is all those policies, those ideas. It's WFDS, it's daily operations, it's things that happened in the past, it's fire behavior. And in turn, that SOPL is charged to form this product. So, tangibles. People like to have assigned time frames. They like to know where they belong. And once we respectfully, I guess, share with folks that the SOPL's job is to keep us on task. It's not to tell you how to do your job. It's not to tell you what part of your expertise is or isn't good. What it is it's let's ride herd on this plan. You know, when we talk about having management action points or management action areas out there on a map, so that it then equates to actions on the ground or responses, that might mean just public notification that smoke might somehow come towards your community. It might be get ready to do something a mile away. But all that has to be proofread. It has to be deemed safe. It has to be deemed that we can communicate this thing. It has to be deemed that it is correct actions associated with the needs and the allowable actions on the land. In the past, when fire use was very much misunderstood, and we do this now with maybe multiple objectives, I got coined as the preacher at times, because how in the world can we ask resources that are to take and implement tactics associated with a strategy if they don't understand their strategy? And two things there is that we found out that crews that were used to running and gunning, chinking line, butts up, heads down, go, go, go. But then we said, wait a minute, you don't have to do that. In fact, they don't want us to do that. They just did, $80,000 work of some sort of natural resource modifications out there. And if we light a head fire to that to burn it out, my goodness, what did we just do? Okay, we defeated some purposes on the ground. Just recently, on a fire I was on, our plant section chief trainee looked at a superintendent from Snake River. Said, Randy, do you understand those objectives? He had him read them out loud to the group. He says, no, I really don't. I thought that was a wonderful shining moment to remind some folks that when we're sitting here talking team verbiage, or we're talking long-term plan verbiage, that if our implementers do not understand what those strategic objectives mean, how can we ever say we're successful? So we now make a very concerted effort, and we ride herd on our operations chiefs. We make sure that briefings are very clearly understood in the sense, do you folks understand these objectives? And do you understand they may change tomorrow because we were successful somewhere? Psst, knock one off, maybe have a new one now. We might maintain something. And in turn, we have to communicate, and that's where I guess as time comes, as the skill set and the understanding of what that strategic operational planner is, other folks will buy into the fact that it's okay to tell the forces why we're doing it. In fact, you're going to be pretty successful if you tell them what is that strategic philosophy we're following. Yeah, that SOPL doesn't just have to come with a big order of people. And that SOPL doesn't have to be just thought as an individual that takes the group or just that team and then try to mesh it with somebody else. That person can be called in to help you or assist you as an FMO, and as maybe a force supervisor or a field office manager, whatever it might be, a park superintendent, and you can have that person stand beside you as you do WFDS. You can also have that person at the same time, after everybody's done pushing those buttons for WFDS, is that person can now sit down and say, hey, here's what we probably should look at on the horizon. What if your decisions change and now this fire meanders out somewhere here? Or we now, 20 days out, do foresee the developed area to be threatened? Or how are you going to deal with maybe area closures? I mean, that's what this person's here to do, is to remind you that if fire maybe has, and it might be by intention or it may not be, but if fire has any chance of lingering out there and affecting your daily chores over and over and over, this person can help set up success down the road. They can help you design and be ready to make a call. And they don't have to have a bunch of ops chiefs, division branch. They don't have to have a sit unit leader. They don't have to have all those people sitting around. This person can just prepare you for the time those folks might have to come around.